Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another Regular Dude Fishing video. I am your friendly regular dude, John, and we are fishing the Ohio River. We're going to do some catfishing this morning. It's pretty chilly. We're into December. I don't know what day it is, but it's about mid-30s outside, and we're out here at one of my favorite spots in the Coal Grove area on the Ohio River. Going to see if we can catch some catfish. Real quick, somebody asked about the hoodie that I wear, my Regular Dude Fishing hoodie. They are now available on our website, rankinscreekrabbitry.com. I'll leave a link and go check them out. It's good and it's warm, and I dig mine. So, okay, enough about that. Let's get some fishing. Using our regular 2-pole setup. That's what we're allowed to use here in Ohio, two rods. And my regular old setup that we got going on, using skipjack for bait this morning. And we'll see if we can get some slow winter catfish interested in eating. Sometimes the bite, it's been pretty warm here lately. The weather's been kind of wild around here. It was up in 16, 70 degrees right after Christmas. And now it's starting to cool off again. So I'm not quite sure what the water temperature is, but we may have a little bit of action. I see quite a few carp and buffalo rolling and working the surface. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see them or not on the video. I'm not quite sure yet about them. Still trying to figure out this new camera here, so bear with me. But there is some debris floating in the river. The water was way up for several days, and it's starting to recede now. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of action and we won't get skunked. So if anything cool happens, we will let you all know. Alright, we got something hooked up here. Doesn't feel very big. Working in pretty slow here. Like I say, I'm still getting used to the camera here. I'm sure my big old mitts are going to be right in the way. Feels like a little catfish though. You know how when you're reeling them in, you can kind of feel them rolling and bouncing around and doing that roll thing that they do. Just gonna work him in slow. Little guys, fish are cold and they're not pulling like they normally do in the summertime. So we just want to make sure, with all the debris floating around in here, that we don't do any unnecessary damage to the fish. If I can get him up to the water here, see what he is. Yep, it's looks like a little blue cat. Little dude. Come here, little guy. Come here, little guy. Oh, hang on, bear with me here a second. Old circle hooks doing their job. There we go. Oh, I got it in my glove here. The joys of winter fishing. There we go. Oh, settle down, man. Nice little blue cat. He's probably a pounder or so, but we're going to turn him loose. Kind of a small one. These are good eating size, but I'd like to get something a little bit bigger. I know they're out here. We're going to let him grow up a little bit. A couple of years, he'll be a dandy. So let's see if we can get him back in the water here. Oh, and he's off. All right. Well, we got the skunk off of the bank anyway. Let's rebait and see if we can get another one. I'll show you guys something. We'll see if he's still going to bite on a little bit. This silver rod here, you'll see how it's just kind of doing a little bump. Well, here in the Ohio River, we got these brown salamanders. We call them mud dogs, mud puppies. Some people call them mud puppies and mud dogs. I don't know what their exact name is. Something like, salamanderus, eat a lot of baiticus or something like that, because they are prolific bait thieves. They get pretty active this time of year. And they eat a lot of your bait. See that little bump right there? Just a little bump like that. That's usually, it could be a really small channel cat or small catfish, But usually this time of year, those are going to be them little mud puppy salamanders. If I happen to catch one, I'll show it to you. I've got a little clip my buddy Ron did on his phone of one that we caught. But yeah, they'll rob you blind. They get a little more active when the water gets a little cooler. And you know, the summertime we're dealing with the turtles stealing our bait, and in the wintertime we're dealing with the mud dogs stealing our bait. So, but that's just one of them little bumps like that. Usually that's what that means. So a lot of times what I'll do is once a mud dog finds the bait and starts eating on it, I'll just reel my line in about 25 or 30 feet to kind of get it away from him, and hopefully he won't re-find it again. But anyway, I hope you've seen that rod bouncing a little bit. That's what that means usually this time of year anyway. And like I said, I'll put that little clip in here of what they look like. They're pretty cool looking.
I got no video if you want to talk about it.
That's what it was. Put it back in the water. Come on, little dude. Okay guys, real quick, I want to talk about this rig that I'm using here. This is a rig that I learned from Chris Souders, who is the 2016 Cabela's Catfish champion. And it's kind of like a Carolina rig that doesn't move. What we do, we got our main line coming here to a 3-way swivel, and I've just got it attached to the main line with a regular clinch knot. And off the back side of the 3-way swivel, we have our leader that goes down to our hook. And then on the side of the 3-way swivel is a big swivel latch, a swivel clasp that I took off of, one of the sliding swivel things. And what that allows me to do is, as fishing conditions change, I can change the amount of weight that I'm using, the amount of sinker that I'm using pretty easily just by opening up the swivel and putting on more lead or taking away lead. Somebody had asked if I had noticed any benefits of this, and so far I have not been snagged up one time with this rig. I don't know why. I fished in rocky conditions, I fished around logs, and I haven't been snagged up with this. I don't know if it's because of the rig or if it's just because I just got lucky. I probably just got lucky, but that is what I've noticed about this. And even when we're bass fishing, I use this same sort of rig when we're bass fishing down for hybrids down below the dam, where we're just bouncing it off the bottom. As it's going down, it's just bouncing that lead across the bottom, and I don't get hung up in the rocks nearly as much either. So I do like this rig. This is one of my going to be my go-to rig probably from now on. And so thank you very much to Chris Souders for sharing that with me. And yes, I like the rig, and I find it very beneficial. Like I said, I can add and take off sinkers as I need to. So I'll leave a link to Chris's channel, Souders Catfishing, and he shares a lot of good information, and I've learned quite a bit from him. So I'll leave a link to his channel. And anyway, we're going to get rebaited up here now because the mud dog stole my bait, and get to fishing. Well guys, we didn't have a great day. The river conditions are not ideal, but we didn't get skunked. And it was still a beautiful day to be out here on the river and just enjoying the peace and quiet. Hope the video wasn't too awful boring, and I'm gonna have to head home here soon and get on with my daily stuff. So you guys, thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a great day, and we'll get more next time. So until the next time, we'll see you in the next video.
Fishing!